Today I'm on the northeast coast of Scotland and I'm going to try and photograph some old castle ruins which are out on the cliffs right at the coast. It's called Finlater Castle and I haven't been here for quite a while, probably a few years, so I'm not too sure what I'm going to find, but I don't think there's a huge amount of ruins of the actual castle left, but probably enough to make quite an interesting photograph. The weather is a bit all over the place today. There is some sun, there's some really dark grey cloud, there's been a few spots of rain, so hopefully it'll stay decent and I'll be able to get some shots. So let's see what I can do today. So the camera is in position, I framed my composition and now I've got a very nervous wait ahead of me to see if the light is going to materialise. When I arrived here, the castle itself was beautifully lit with the sun and I spent some time getting my composition the way I wanted it. Unfortunately, the sun is now behind a massive grey cloud, totally blocking any light from getting the castle. And the sun is obviously moving throughout the day as well, so I don't have too much longer in terms of light when the light's actually going to work for this particular location. So I'm really keen to get this. I've got some nice clouds out in the horizon. The sun is bright today, it's just these huge clouds going around, so I really want to get this shot today. The sea is perfect for this location today. Lots of nice movement, and the first shot I'm going to try is just with my polarizer. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the sun will come out, the nervous wait begins and I'll grab the first shot. If I get time, I'm also going to do some long exposure, so a very nervous wait ahead of me. So I'm feeling really happy at the moment and feeling really lucky as well. The sun came out, I would say maybe for 4 minutes maximum, and I was able to get the shots that I wanted. I took a shot with my polarizer, looks fantastic. The light was just lighting up the castle, the pathways around it. I'm really pleased with the composition. And then over on the left where the sun isn't getting to, we've got the darker rocks. We've got a wonderful set of really dark rocks leading out into the ocean with white water and foam going around them. And all the pathways here, so I was really pleased to get the shot. Without lighting, the shot would have been a nice shot, but the lighting makes it. Also off in the distance, and I'm not too sure if they'll be clear, especially looking at a video on YouTube, but there's mountains in the distance which are snow-capped, so it's just a fantastic scene. I also managed to get a 40-second long exposure and I'm really pleased about that. What I'm going to do, the sun is still in the correct position to light this castle. I'm going to try and hang around and see if it comes out. I'm going to try and go for something like a 2-second exposure, and just to give me a few options here and see which one I really like. But yeah, very happy and very lucky so far. So as I've been waiting for the light to come back, which I really don't think it's going to do, I've been reviewing the images that I've taken so far today. One was with the polarizer itself, it's really nice, and the other is with my 10-stop ND filter and also the polarizer, giving me a 40-second exposure. And I think I'm either going to prefer one of those two images. Looking at them, I don't think a 2-second exposure is going to do much today. It wasn't going to smooth out the water enough for my liking, so I've decided to abandon that shot. And I've been exploring and I found a composition that I really like here just behind me, and I'm not going to show you it just yet because the light is not going to do this shot justice today. I don't like taking images that I'm not going to be happy with. So what I'm going to do is try and return to this exact spot in 24 hours time, when hopefully the lighting will be better. I think it's quite a nice forecast for tomorrow. So rather than take this image and leave unhappy with it, I'm going to come back when the lighting will hopefully do the scene justice. So I'll see you again in a few seconds time in the vlog, but for me it'll be in 24 hours time. So it's not quite 24 hours later, it's about 30 minutes since I last talked in the video, but I'm hoping to return here 24 hours later, and that's how I'll continue this vlog. But until then, as I walk back to the car, I just want to talk briefly about the importance of lighting and also composition in photography. Now I've got some nice images today which I think I'm going to really like, but they are from the first spot I was in when the lighting was optimal. As I moved down to the second location or second spot, I was very pleased with the composition, but the lighting just had gone and it was never going to do that scene justice. So in terms of photography, I think composition and lighting are equally important. I don't think you can really have one without the other, at least not if you want to capture a landscape scene optimally and do it justice. So today what I've done is capture some images I'm going to really like, the first ones, but for the second one when the light went, I've still taken that shot. It's very muddy where I'm walking here if I seem to be moving around in the actual video, but I've captured that shot. I'll review it when I get home, and I'll review it in terms of composition. And I know how the lighting is going to be when it's optimal because I've seen that already today from higher up where I took my first shots from. But I'll review my composition and see if I want to make any minor adjustments to that. And that'll put me in a very good position for hopefully returning tomorrow when the lighting is much better and capturing the image that I've visualised. So yeah, composition and lighting, extremely important in photography. So here I am back at the scene I was at yesterday, and I'm currently doing a long exposure. The light, as I expected walking down, is very nice on the side of the castle. We've got some contrasting rocks on the left hand side which are much darker. So a far better shot today for the composition I envisaged yesterday. Currently doing a long exposure of about 120 seconds. It's getting close to that. We've got about 10 seconds to go now. But yeah, lots of nice, interesting things to look at in this scene, and just goes to show the importance of light and composition in photography. So here's the shot taken, and it looks really nice. I'm pleased with the composition. I actually checked it last night when I got home, didn't really make any alterations to it, so it was all a case of getting the light to suit the composition. And in this particular location there's a very small window each day when the castle is actually lit up, so it's vital you come at the right time. You're never going to get golden light here at this time of year, so it's all about composition and lighting, and hopefully my effort has been worthwhile. For my final shot from this location, I've come much lower down, almost to the edge of the sea, and again I'm using composition and light in my favour. I've got the castle, which is still nicely lit up, I'm pleased to say, and over on the left behind me we've got these rocks which are balancing the image, but they're also quite dark, so I've got the option in post-production to leave them quite dark, and it's going to provide quite a striking contrast from the left side of the frame to the right. They also balance the image nicely, and I can look out towards the sea in the centre of the image, doing a long exposure, 50 seconds, to provide some extra interest. The sky is beautiful today in terms of colour and cloud, and with the use of the polarizer I'll help take that out as well, make the colours very, very vivid. Down at the seafront you may just see it there, where the water actually meets the edge of the cliffs. We've got some interesting sort of growth on the edge of the rocks, which is giving some different colour, different shades and so on. So quite a nice image, an amazing location. Fantastic to think about this castle, how it would have been in all its glory, and the location of it right on the edge of the cliffs here is quite amazing. But quite hopeful for this image, so we'll see how it turns out. As I was walking back up from the beach, I've stopped again at the position I wanted to return to today. And if you didn't see that image earlier on, you will now know why, because I've got a better image, or one that's improved on it. And it's all to do again with the importance of light. The sun has now moved position, it has lowered in the sky ever so slightly, and it has had a huge effect on this particular image. There are some paths that I was using as a leading line, and I can hardly see my screen, so it's going to be difficult to show you, but they're down just where I'm pointing, and they're now beautifully lit, a little bit softer than they were before, but most importantly to me, everything to the left of that and lower down is now in complete shadow. So you've got this wonderful higher up side, including the castle and the leading lines and the paths to it, which are all lit in a wonderful light, and everything to the left is in shadow, so we've got shadow and light. Very important theme in photography. But this vlog for me has very much been about the importance of light and composition, and just coming to the same place at different times of the day, at different times of the year, can have such a dramatic effect on your images. The different positions of the sun, if it's higher or lower in the sky, and also the different times of day, giving it different types of lighting, softer, harder light. It's such a dramatic effect on images, so it's a very important thing just to be aware of as you're looking at compositions or particular locations. Locations that look nice but just don't work on a particular day may be fantastic on another occasion. So I'm really glad I've come back here today. Been quite fortunate to get quite a lovely day, really, to be honest, and I'm glad I've got the image that I envisaged in my mind yesterday. So I'll pop it up on screen now and you can see what you think. So that's it from me for this particular vlog. I really do hope you've enjoyed watching. I know I've had a fantastic time coming to this location 2 days in a row to get the lighting conditions that I wanted. I hope my reward will be some nice images that I'm really pleased with. But if you enjoyed watching, please leave a like, and if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel and you'd like to see more of my future content, then please subscribe. But for now, it's bye from me from this wonderful location, and hopefully I will see you in my next vlog.